Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hot Zone. I'm your host, Jason Robinson. And in the Hot Zone today, we have got the stars of This Is Us, Sterling K. Brown, and Susan Kelechi Watson. We're going to speak to both of them about the importance of mental health. All that and more. So stay tuned, because you're in the Hot Zone.
Do you know how many black men who can choose whatever therapist they want choose me? It's a very low number.
You were highly recommended.
Your mother and I are the same gender. We're the same race. I'm probably around the same age she was when your father died. Another therapist, a good one, not an overpriced hack like me, might say you're looking for someone like your mother to help you process her. What she's done. Her illness.
Randall has been facing a lot of depression, anxiety, and stress throughout the season. And I myself deal with anxiety and stress, and I go to therapy. But can you speak about, both of you speak about dealing with mental health, especially in the African American community? Even my own family sometimes kind of laughs or kind of thinks that mental health is not really a thing. And Randall, he actually seeked out a new therapist, an African American, and releasing his white therapist. Speak to me about the importance of mental health in the African American community.
Similar to your family, my family also will seek out maybe a pastor or a reverend, but like to actually go see a therapist is like, I don't want a stranger up in my business, right? I was like, they may be able to help you in a way that you pastor can. I'm not saying either or, maybe it's both. Then there's folks who won't speak to anyone because they should be able to figure out the ish on their own. Right? Life is hard. Why am I going to cry about it? I got to, keep it moving. There's the idea of self-reflection. And it's weird for me as an artist because it's kind of part of my job. But there's a lot of people that are like, why would I want to dig that shit up? Like,
yeah.
I dealt with that a long time ago. I'm here now. Like, why would I want to revisit? That doesn't sound like anything that will be comforting or healing. That sounds like pain, right? The idea that like you have to sort of examine the choices and the things that you have committed to in your life to construct who you are now, and whether or not you want to be this person,
right?
Whether or not there's something to be re-examined is kind of anathema to a lot of folks, especially when your life is a beautiful struggle. It's like, I'm just gonna keep struggling, right? And then the idea that needing help is an admission of weakness too. There's a part of that on a cultural sort of level that I hope people are beginning to let go of, right? And recognizing that, first of all, nobody gets where they are by themselves, right? And seeking professional help is not an admittance of weakness. That's an admittance of strength. Like, you see that there are some holes or blind spots that you cannot reach on your own, and that I need someone to help me be the best version of myself possible. Especially if you have the means to do it. Sometimes there's a whole issue about whether or not it's even affordable, et cetera. But if it is, why not seek that help out? I love that we get a chance to address it through Randall, even though his socialization is different than most Black folks in this country. He's still raised by Jack, who wasn't like an open book by any stretch of the imagination. So he probably didn't have the best role model in terms of just sharing his life with other people as a way of gaining healing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I hope that black folks will see it. And I will trumpet it. Like, I'm telling you, these past 6-7 months, your boy was Zooming with his therapist like nobody's business.
Yeah.
I was like,
right.
There's some shit going on in this house, and I need
help. Me too. Yep.
You have let me bend to your every need time and time again. Oh, we have kids? I have to step back from my job. You quit your job? I work overtime. You have a dream of buying your father's building. It becomes my dream too. You run for city councilman, I stand by your side. You win city councilman. Now what?
There's no more stress on a certain population than the African American woman, right? They have the most stress out of everyone. And how do African American women and, Beth's character handle their career, their family, and, their love life? How do they balance making all of that come together as one?
One of the things that could help the most is to understand balance. It's one of the major things. It's like, somebody told me I need more balance in my life. And I was like, really? Because, oh yeah, you're right. And then I saw the places where it's like doing all this here and then not this here. And we have a tendency to, this, at some point in this, during the pandemic, I asked friends, I said, once the racial uprising was happening, I said, are we okay? Are we just used to handling a whole lot of stress? So we're just being okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But are we? I really had to, and I posed it to like a group of friends. And there's this assumption that you're supposed to, that you were, you're strong, you're tough, you can bear it, you can handle it, you bear up under it. There is an amount of balance that we need to remind ourselves to have. And part of that balance includes things that make us happy. There's a self-care movement that I love that's happening, is to recognize when you need to just step out and take care of yourself. There's also recognizing yourself as a whole person outside of being a wife or a mom or a career person. What are just the things that nurture you and feed your spirit?
Lovecraft episode 7 or 8.
Yes.
Whichever one it was.
Yes. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's getting into our consciousness now of like, wait a minute, there's this side of ourselves that we don't nurture, that, if we had more of that balance, it would relieve some of the stress that we're feeling. Along what Sterling's saying is reaching out, getting help, having people to help you like get through these moments. And I think you have to do it all on your own. And, I'm a huge advocate of prayer. You know what I mean? Sterling could tell you, nobody bigger than me. I raise my hand the highest. But understanding that there are also people in place to help you, here as well. And that they are resources as well. Don't let those resources pass you by, looking to metabolize things just one way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm a huge advocate, do not get it twisted. But there are so many, and I would say that on the other side too, for people who just look to people, there's a spiritual nurturing you have to do. It's all balance, but to know that we can do that, that's something that I think we're just awakening to, as a whole, which I think is really encouraging.